I never thought a simple compliment would change my fate on the alien world of Kellerith. I had only been stationed there for 3 weeks, long enough to understand that humans were rare, and rarer still was a human who dared interact with a native Lethari. They were tall, graceful, elegant, and intimidating, not because they were violent, but because everything about them seemed carved from starlight and ancient power. And among them, none stood out more than Lunara. She was soft-spoken, painfully shy, and avoided crowds so intensely that some locals whispered she was defective. Her ears, thin, ribbon-like arcs of soft flesh, sat higher than most Lethari and glowed faintly depending on her emotions. I didn't know that yet, not until the moment everything changed. And all it took was one compliment. Beginning. The girl who avoided everyone. I first saw Lunara at the edge of the settlement's marketplace. While most Lethari moved with regal certainty, she kept her shoulders tucked inward, eyes down, hands clasped as if bracing against constant judgment. When she tried to buy fruit from a vendor, her voice was barely a whisper. "Excuse me, this one, please." The merchant didn't even look at her. He turned to another customer without a word. Lunara lowered her hand and stepped away, pretending it didn't bother her, but her ears dimmed into a sad, muted blue. I didn't know their color meanings yet, but I knew sadness when I saw it. That was the moment she noticed me, really noticed me. A human, standing out in a world of silver-skinned giants. Eyes met. She startled like a frightened animal and hurried away, nearly tripping on her own cloak. The Lethari around me chuckled. "She is strange," one murmured. "No suitor will ever want her," another said. "She hides like something broken." The longer I stayed on Kellerith, the more I heard similar whispers. Lunara was quiet, fragile, unchosen, and yet, something about her drew me. Not pity, curiosity, and maybe something deeper. The day we finally spoke. It happened when I least expected it. My translator device malfunctioned during a supply run, so I wandered behind the marketplace stalls looking for someone who knew enough off-world dialects to help. That's when I spotted her, kneeling beside a fountain, turning a tiny crystal sphere in her hands. The glow of the water reflected off her silver skin, making her look almost ethereal. I hesitated. Then I stepped closer. Excuse me," I said softly. "Do you know how to fix a translator?" She didn't look up. She just froze like I'd triggered some internal alarm. "Why, you're talking to me," she whispered. Her voice trembled like she expected me to mock her for even asking. "Yes," I said, smiling. "You look like you know what you're doing." Her fingers fumbled the crystal sphere. I can try." She inspected the device. Her delicate hands moved with surprising precision, adjusting thin threads of embedded energy. "I never talk to humans," she murmured. "Or anyone, really." "Why not?" She stiffened. "Everyone says I make them uncomfortable." "Do I look uncomfortable?" Her eyes lifted, slow, unsure, like she was afraid of what she'd see. And for the first time I saw her clearly. Not weak, not strange, and gentle, and quietly brilliant. "You don't look uncomfortable," she whispered. "Because I'm not." She finally smiled, tiny, fragile, and handed the translator back. "It should work now." Press the device. It hummed softly. "You fixed it," I said, impressed. "You're really good at this." Her ears fluttered in surprise, glowing pale yellow. That was the moment I realized. Her ears weren't just decorations. They showed emotion. "I should go," she said suddenly. "The others, they don't like when I stay too long." "Do you want to walk with me?" I asked without thinking. She looked stunned. "And no one asks me to." "Well," I said, I'm asking. She hesitated, then nodded. And that was how it began. The moment she froze. Over the next 2 weeks, Lunara and I walked together every afternoon. She showed me the quiet places no one else visited. Hidden gardens, crystal caverns, a rooftop where you could see both moons rise. She talked more with me than she had with anyone in years. Her ears shifted colors constantly. Pale blue curiosity, bright gold excitement, soft lavender when she was relaxed. I learned to read them the way others learned facial expressions. Every moment with her felt peaceful. And then came the day everything changed. We were sitting beside the moonlit river, her favorite place. The water glowed with bioluminescence, casting shimmering ripples onto her skin. She was explaining how the light-reactive algae worked, but she kept stumbling over her words. "Sorry," she mumbled. "I'm not good at speaking." "You're doing great," I said. She stared at her reflection instead of me. "My people think I'm odd. Too quiet. Too soft. That I don't fit what a Lethari should be. My ears don't even glow the right way." "Everyone says that." "Well, everyone's wrong," I said instantly. "No one ever says that." "Then let me be the first." She looked up confused. "Why? I'm not special." "Yes, you are." Her breath caught. And before I could stop myself, I said the words that changed everything. "You're beautiful, Lunara." She froze. Absolutely, completely froze. Her eyes widened. Her lips parted. And then, her ears exploded into the brightest red glow I had ever seen. She wasn't blinking. She wasn't breathing. She was a statue carved out of pure shock. "Oh," she whispered, voice thin as air. I've never heard that before." "Never?" Asked gently. She shook her head, trembling. "Not once. Not from anyone." "How could I be beautiful?" "Because you are." Her ears glowed even brighter. "I don't know what to do," she admitted. "Lethari ears only turn red when..." "When what?" She swallowed hard. "When we're overwhelmed by affection." The confession she never expected to make. It took her a full minute to gather herself. When she finally spoke, her voice was unsteady. "I've liked you since the first day you defended me in the market," she said. "But I didn't think humans liked quiet things. Fragile things." "You're not fragile," I said. "You're strong in ways no one else sees." Her ears flickered again, deep pink now. "I don't know why you're being so kind." "Because I care about you." Her hands twisted together. Is this how humans begin courtship?" I blinked. "Courtship?" "Yes," she whispered, mortified. "When one compliments another in such an intimate way." I laughed softly. "Well, sometimes." Her eyes widened again. "Oh, stars. Then I've misunderstood." "You didn't misunderstand." She froze again. "You're saying..." Her voice broke. "You care for me." "Of course." She looked away quickly, hiding her face behind her hands as her ears glowed red and gold. "I'm sorry, I don't know how to act. I'm not used to this, I feel warm." She was rambling. It was adorable. "Lunara," I said softly. "Breathe." She took a shaky breath. Then she whispered, "I want to walk with you again tomorrow. And every day after that." Ending, the one she chose. Word spread fast. A human spending time with a frail girl. A human who defended her. A human whose compliment made her glow brighter than any Lethari suitor ever had. By the end of the week, even the queen herself summoned me. The Lethari took courtship seriously, and Lunara's reaction was apparently significant enough to reach royal ears. But none of that mattered. What mattered was the girl waiting for me by the river, shy, glowing, unsure but hopeful. When I approached, she whispered, "You came back." "Of course I did." Her ears glowed warm pink. "Then may I stay beside you?" she asked softly. "Not just today, but longer." I reached out and gently took her hand. "I'd like that." She squeezed my hand, her ears glowing the softest, sweetest red. And in that moment, beneath the alien moons and glowing river, I realized something simple and undeniable. Her beauty had always been there. All she needed was someone to finally see it. And that someone was me.